This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. The Division 1, Premonition, by Leigh Walker. 1. In which my mother completely loses it. Finished packing early. As a reward, I grabbed my blanket, a bowl of popcorn, a bunch of mini candy bars, and the remote control. Snuggled on the couch with my snacks, I turned on the television. For my last night at home, I planned to enjoy a Walking Dead marathon that lasted until my eyeballs popped out. There was a sudden thud outside our apartment door. "Oh, crap!" My mother's words sounded slurred from in here, but they were still clearer than I wished they were. Oh, crap indeed. So much for my final cozy night on the couch. My crazy drunk mother was home. She tried to shove the key into the lock, but she must have dropped it. She cursed and banged on the door again. "Riley, you in there? Open the door!" I gave the television one last, longing look. I shoved a mini Twix into my mouth, braced myself, and headed to the door. I opened it and she fell through, landing in a heap on the cheap industrial carpet. "Hey, Mom." She squinted up at me through her bangs. She was wearing a jean jacket, capri pants, and rubber flip-flops. She would have looked almost normal, except for the fact that she was crumpled on the floor. Her toenail polish was a bright, crazy blue, a color she never would have tried before. Mom slowly picked herself up, her eyes trying to focus on my face. "I realized something tonight, something big." I nodded, even though I had no idea what she was talking about. I gingerly took her arm and led her inside, trying not to breathe too close. She reeked of the VFW. Once we got to the couch, I dropped her as if she were a hot potato about to explode. "Okay then, good night." She collapsed onto my blanket, probably crushing the remote. "Oh no you don't," I said. "I realized something tonight." Oh joy." She scrunched up her eyes, waiting for me to say more. "Yay? Don't you be fresh to me, young lady." Even drunk, she managed to be irritated by me. "Well, maybe you can tell me about it in the morning when you're feeling better." I knew she wouldn't be feeling better, but it would be easy for me to avoid her as she slept it off. I tried to escape to my bedroom, but she caught me by the wrist. "Riley." I had to fake enough patience to avoid a fight. "Yes, Mom?" She warily released me. "I know you don't want to talk about it, but I had an epiphany." I wanted to ask how many drinks had brought it on, but I kept my mouth shut. She leaned forward conspiratorially. "It has to do with your dad, your sister." I recoiled as if she'd slapped me. She never mentioned my sister, as in never. As in, not once since the memorial service. "What?" She held up a finger, shaking it at me. "When your number's up, it's up." She sat back, her glazed eyes shining in triumph. "That was your big epiphany?" "That's right." She nodded, two hectic spots of color in her cheeks. "Both of them. It was their time. It was fate. You can't fight fate. When it's your number, come up on the wheel. Boom!" She clapped her hands, making me jump. "That's it. There's nothing you can do." There was nothing I could do. It was official. The cheap Chardonnay had finally eaten her brain. "Well, that's deep, Mom." I coughed. "Really?" "I told you not to be fresh to me." Her voice, thick and miserable with booze, carried the sharp edge I hated. "I'm not being fresh." I struggled to keep my voice from shaking. "It's just that you never say anything about Katie, and when you finally do, it's gibberish. I wish you'd respect her memory more. I wish you would talk about her when you weren't shit-faced." She sat up straight. She'd become small, shrunken, her collarbones jutting out painfully from underneath her jean jacket. I'd feel sorry for her, but I wasn't big on feeling these days. "I don't talk about your sister because I can't bear to," she said, teetering precipitously close to tears. "Ah, hell no. It's okay, Mom." "I'm sorry I said anything. I'm just being sensitive. You know, teenaged hormones." I smiled at her brightly, knowing she would never remember this conversation tomorrow. Hormones, my butt. I couldn't remember the last time I'd talked to my mother about something personal.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.